great stuff to Border Patrol and ICE. We got your back. The left doesn't, but we do. And I'll tell you what else. I got your back, folks, 100%, because I know you have mine. That's what Stinchfield's Army is all about. Thanks.
Live from Studio 6B on a Monday night, Real America's Voice, the 16th of February at the America First Warehouse on a Monday. We're glad you're in. Lots to do, everybody. Slick's going to do some sports. He'll be here in a little bit. Rick Delgado's got Maine headlines. Kevin Downey Jr. in the house tonight as well. KDJ is going to have some news, and of course, Mr. Nolan on a regular Monday night. Paul Nolan's here as well. He's going to have some news, lots to get to, lots to do. Glad you're here. New week. Real America's Voice all across the country. Wherever you're watching, we always appreciate it. Make sure you give us a follow on social media at LFS6B. And, of course, Real America's Voice at Real AM Voice. Glad you're in. Mr. Delgado, how are you?
I am good, Damon.
How was the weekend?
The weekend was good. Did a little restaurant action for Valentine's Day.
Nice.
Which was nice. Very nice meal. Very nice company, of course.
How was he? He's a good guy?
Yeah, great guy. Great guy, Paul. Jackass.
Well, you wear biker pants and spandex.
Shut up.
Where did you go to dinner?
Spiro's.
Oh, Spiro's is nice.
Yeah, Spiro's is a good place.
Spiro's is always solid.
Always solid. And then yesterday was kind of a surprise. We did remember the movie Pretty in Pink? You don't, because you're too old. Pretty in Pink. Remember that movie?
Of course.
John Cryer, Molly Ringwald. Andrew Dice Clay is in it.
Yeah.
Went to go see that in the movie theater. It was the 40th anniversary of its release. So it was kind of cool because we kind of have we both grew up with that movie, and it's kind of a big deal for us, and it was fun. The movie actually holds up.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
All right, very good. Mr. Downey Jr., the host of the Kevin Downey Jr. Show. How are you?
I'm groovy, thanks. Can't complain.
Did you go to any movies this weekend?
No, I haven't been to a movie since the 90s. Go to a movie.
Sounds like Damon.
His last movie was Tootsie.
Yeah. On Golden Pond. Hello?
Night and setting, I'm a Norman.
Yeah. Kevin's going to have some headlines. Mr. Nolan, how are you?
I'm good. I did not go to any movies this weekend either.
Yeah.
But I don't think I even moved this weekend, let alone a movie. I just vegged out all weekend. That was great.
Well, I spent Valentine's Day up in Connecticut. Went to see my son at Sacred Heart University. Had a basketball game. And then I'd like to wish him a happy birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
19 years old.
Nice.
Damn. Time flies, doesn't it?
Man, oh man, I can't believe it. 19 years old today, February 16th. So happy birthday to him. I just talked to him before the show. He says, I've had pretty much a regular day, Dad. I did some laundry because I didn't have any laundry left. And I said, well, yeah, that's kind of the way it goes. As the birthdays, the more you go, the less interesting they get. So
he didn't go to the village to pay the tax,
No.
the school tax. Wait,
No.
you have that kid.
Yeah, none of that. So live from Studio 6B on a Monday, brand new week. Glad you're in. Lots to do. So obviously I don't do an official first word when we're over here at the America First Warehouse. But I did put something together that I wanted to get to because obviously today is a national holiday as we celebrate. Although I guess maybe it's a national holiday. I thought it was, but
I think it's a federal holiday.
Yeah,
right?
the bank was open. My bank was open today.
Was it?
Yeah, which I
Okay.
kind of was surprised. I went in just to use the ATM, and there they are, open for business. I was kind of surprised, but anyways. So I wanted to just put something together and talk a little bit about President's Day and then our current president. So on this President's Day, let's talk about the man who made the presidency possible, and not the diluted, watered-down, generic President's Day that the bureaucrats and the mall advertisers have turned it into. No, let's talk about officially, federally. It is still Washington's birthday. Of course, that was February 22nd, and that is entirely right and proper because George Washington towers above every other figure in American history. He is the indispensable man And every American, left, right, or in between, owes him a debt that we can probably never fully repay. When you look around at the bitterness, the division, the outright hatred that passes for political discourse today, and then look back at Washington, this man, this Virginian aristocrat who deliberately forged himself into something greater, practiced self-control, moderation, civility, when those virtues were not fashionable. And they sure as hell aren't fashionable now when you look at the modern American left. Washington took a ragged, undisciplined militia and hammered it into an army that sent the British Empire packing. He took a brand new, fragile constitution and, as our first president, set precedents that have held this republic together for over 2 centuries. Precedents of restraint, of limited power, of Republican virtue in an age when kings still ruled most of the world. He could have been a king, Washington. They wanted him to be a king. But Washington crushed that idea before it could take root. After 8 years, he walked away, went home to Mount Vernon to sit under his own vine and fig tree, just as the prophet Micah described. Richard Brookhiser, he put it perfectly. He said, quote, Washington's last service to his country was to, in fact, stop serving. That voluntary surrender of power is the single greatest act of statesmanship in human history. And yes, Washington owned slaves, as many did in that era, but he was the only founding father who freed all of his in his will. More than 100 human beings he did. He provided for the old, educated the young, and singled out his wartime body servant William Lee by name for faithful service during the Revolution. Washington, at the end, acknowledged their shared sacrifice for the principle that all men are created equal. Samuel Johnson once sneered that the loudest yelps for liberty came from the drivers of Negroes. Washington answered that sneer, not with words, but with action. Henry Lee spoke the truth at his funeral, quote, first in war, first in peace, and first in the hearts of his countrymen. Washington didn't leave us a treasure trove of quotable lines like Jefferson or Lincoln. What he left us was a life that still has the power to inspire anyone willing to study it. And that brings me to today. As we approach the 250th anniversary of this great nation, we are extraordinarily blessed to have at the helm a president who actually understands what Washington and the founders built. President Donald Trump, a true unapologetic conservative, is leading us at the very moment when the radical left is trying to tear down everything those men like Washington sacrificed to create. Think about the timing. The Marxists in academia, the open borders crowd, the America Last globalists, they're in full assault mode against our history, our borders, and of course our Constitution. And here we have a fighter in the Oval Office who refuses to apologize for America, who puts American citizens first, who defends the Judeo-Christian values and the constitutional order that Washington risked everything to establish. Trump gets it. Sovereignty, strength, limited government, individual liberty. He's not a monarchist. He's a patriot who reveres the Republican ideals that Washington embodied. We didn't just get any president for this historic milestone. We got the one who's willing to stand in the breach, to take the slings and arrows, to fight the entrenched swamp and the cultural revolutionaries who hate what Washington built. That, my friends, is providence. That is something special. And on this, Washington's birthday, we should thank God for both men, the indispensable founder who gave us the republic, and our current fearless leader who, in our time of peril, is helping us keep it. Happy birthday to General Washington, and thank you, Mr. President, for carrying the torch.
Hear, hear, harumph.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. You know, because I'm like always digging into my old notes, and you know, when I woke up in 2006, I realized everything I knew was wrong. Like I knew that every book I read, I knew all the history that I studied was wrong. And what you're talking about now really brings me back to in 1922, they created the Council on Foreign Relations, which was just another way, an extension of the British Empire to hold on to its power, to stop the American idea from flourishing, and to deindustrialize us then, to be in control of us then through keeping all natural resources and kind of manipulating the money supply from back then. So when you look at like the way Alexander Hamilton wanted to have our world and our modern society, this incredible experiment that it is, London has been our mortal enemy since then, and the American idea has been the enemy of the central banks of London. So when you look at things like from the perspective of George Washington and how he took those bankers and that system head on, and we went to war with them because our freedom was going to leak into France. And if it leaked into France, it was going to be everywhere. The American idea would have been everywhere. And we've been under attack, and people don't think of England as our enemy, but they are, because they're the head of the banking system, and people don't really realize where that power comes from. I don't want to go on too long, but if you're curious about the history of the Council on Foreign Relations or some of the things they did, like they had a whole, in '77, there was a study called the Controlled Disintegration of the World Economy. It's all designed to destroy American working class, destroy the middle class, and have complete control over the populace. So that was fantastic, D, and it's perfect timing for what I've been studying.
That's all. I was going to go down a different road, Paul. I was just going to stick with the George Washington angle.
Go, man.
That 69 electoral votes. He won every electoral vote from every participating state. No other president has come into office with a universal mandate to lead. He was the obvious choice, according to the people who wrote about it in the day, and for good reason. I mean, like you said, he kind of took it all on, and even though he didn't have great success throughout the war, like he lost a lot of battles. What matters is the final outcome, right?
How about some of the lore about him, guys? Like supposedly, like Indian chiefs saying, "I shot him at least 5 times and he survived." Like people talking about divine providence within him, like that he was indestructible. So
he was a big dude too. People don't realize. I think what was he supposed to be? 6'4"?
Was he? Like, when like the average guy
Damon,
was like
your
5'7".
size. He was like your size.
Was he?
Yeah. Like 6'4". He was a big,
really? Wow.
He was a big dude.
Slick, how are you?
I'm good, Big D.
Welcome to the show. Looking good.
Yeah, sorry, I'm running a little late. I had a detour around the cherry tree. I had to go around a little bit, so.
Detour around a cherry tree?
Yeah, remember George
Washington? Oh, got it.
Get quick here.
All right.
I thought he was going Tony, Orlando, and Dawn.
I mean, Slick, this outfit tonight is pretty tight. I like this
I'm
outfit.
burgundy, yeah.
It's the boots that tie it all together.
It's the lighting that shows it off a little more.
Burgundy in the boots. So Slick will have some sports coming up. We'll have some other news. KGJ, wanted to give you an opportunity if you want to jump in on that opening or Washington or President's Day or our current president. Anything you want to offer?
Yeah, I'd love to. Very briefly, I'm reading about, because you said a lot of the history we've been taught is garbage.
Yeah.
Now, everyone has heard about Thomas Jefferson having an affair with a slave of his. Turns out that likely never happened. And the reason there's Jefferson's DNA in that woman's lineage is because he had a brother who liked to get drunk and dance and sing with the slaves all night. And they think that is the person who had.
I want to party with that cowboy.
Yeah.
that was Bubba Jefferson.
Yeah.
Cigar, anyone?
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Monday night, just getting started. All the boys have news. Slick's got sports. We'll do it all. We'll start it up when we get back right after this.
Just a quick story about Rosie. I figured we could joke around about it. So I tried to do an AI video to make her look like she had Down syndrome. I asked Grok to fix it. I'm sorry. Can they hear us in the central?
Chat live in the chat.
And she came out so pretty. The AI picture made her look 10 times better than the picture she was.
Really?
I'm like, I wanted to put it on air, but I knew I couldn't say that, but I just said it on air. So
Charles Parker says Kevin Downey Jr. rocks on Facebook. What else is going on in the chat?
But he stinks on Rumble.
Yeah, I got nothing going.
He takes a beating on Rumble. Yeah.
Damon, sorry, the face he just made when I said that.
Alan Miller David says, hey guys, here in Mobile, Alabama. Love watching all of you.
Oh, are we getting a roll call?
Oh, yeah. What happened? Roll call.
Roll call.
Where are we from?
Kentucky.
Come on down. Kentucky.
Chat live in the chat. Howdy to the Rumblers.
We love Kentucky.
On a Monday night.
It's a great state.
Back at the America First Warehouse. Johnny D. Happy President's Day, RX Lefty.
How you doing?
Never Slept 27. Barb Brox. Milan 43. Great Googly Moogly.
Great Googly Moogly. I love Great Googly Moogly.
J Buck in Eastlake, Ohio. KRH in Rumblin, Virginia. Or should I say he's rumbling in Virginia. Bly 03 in Tampa. Hend 8654 says, we love KDJ.
Oh, thank you.
And they said it just like that. They said it very, very Brian Regan-ish. We love you.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Not a half snow cone.
Not a half snow cone. Whole snow cone.
Snow. Play
Staff Sergeant Arby.
Sarge, is he over there in Rumble now?
Yep.
Oof.
Dunlap at McGroin.
I know Becca's in both chats, as far as I know.
Who is?
Becca's got two names, a different handle over in Rumble chat. I can't remember.
KWK's in North Carolina. Small town Barbies in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. We love Wisconsin.
The Road Less Travel says, I think Rosie looks like Steve Bannon.
That's rough.
She was on with Acosta today, and they looked exactly. It really did look like a lookalike competition.
Oh, yeah, because they had the same hair, the same glasses.
Same glasses.
Keep it tight. All right, 17 past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Monday night at the America First Warehouse. Glad you're in. Real America's voice all across the country. Slick's going to do sports coming up right now. Delgado, Kevin Downey Jr., Paul Nolan all have news and headlines. We'll get to those in a second, but let's do sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the promo code to use if you want to shop at MyPillow. Gives you a great savings on all the great stuff that Mike Lindell has for sale. MyPillow.com/LFS6B. Slickster, what's going on?
RPD, midway through the Olympics, and USA women's hockey cruises into Olympic gold medal game with yet another shutout in destruction of Sweden. This is Ethan Sears of the New York Post. Milan. The amazing thing is, relative to the other games Team USA has played at these Olympics, Monday counted as close. Relative to any reasonable standard, of course, the Americans' 5-0 beatdown of Sweden to advance to the gold medal game was not close, or even within a football field of being close. But the women of Team USA have dispatched anything resembling a normal standard. For starters, they have not given up a second period since a goal since 1837 of Czechia, 11 days and 5 games ago. That's a shutout streak of 331 minutes and 23 seconds at the Olympics. Now the U.S. is going to take on Canada in the gold medal game. What a surprise. I don't think anybody. Did anybody have Canada in the U.S. in the finals for men or women? Wow, what a lock. So unbelievable there. And, well, we'll keep an eye on that, Big D. So we'll have that game coming up. And NASCAR is in the books. Daytona 500, right? The great American race. Tyler Reddick with the win. Michael Jordan with the smile because it was his car, the 23 car there. Tyler Reddick passes Chase Elliott on final lap to win wild Daytona 500. Samuel Stubbs of Yardbarker. Tyler Reddick won Sunday's Daytona 500 after the last lap. Pass on Chase Elliott in the final closing seconds. Reddick had help from the 23 XI Racing teammate Riley Herbst on the exit of turn 4 and maneuvered around Chase Elliott to score the 9th win of his NASCAR Cup Series career. So NASCAR in the books with Daytona 500, Big D, and that's a wrap in sports. I know we got a text segment.
What is the this Michael Jordan? All everybody's talking about is some after clip of him and some kid or something came up from behind the kid. Did he know the kid? I don't know. What?
Well,
you saw this?
I don't know, but I saw him celebrating like crazy.
Like crazy.
I mean, he was
one thing he never had. He was.
And it's ironic because he was suing NASCAR just a month ago, and now all of a sudden he takes home the biggest prize. His car does.
Yeah. Well, this video wasn't good. People were framing it as like I didn't see it. But that's all everybody could talk about is some video of Jordan and some kid. Like I
didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw him celebrating.
Look it up and see what there's some story. They think he was like being inappropriate with the kid. Like I don't know if he knew the kid or if it's just people are misreading the video, but it's strange. So, all right, it's like Very Good Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is a promo code to use. Paul Nolan's here. He's got some news. What's going on, Mr. Nolan?
Well, this one falls into the well category. This is a throwback from C-SPAN. In 1996, Chuck Schumer, Chucky Schmucky, is demanding more ID checks to stop the fraud of illegal immigrants. He's disgusted with these people. Mm-hmm. How racist is that? Can we get
Sounds like he's in, maybe he should be voting for the SAVE Act then.
Yeah, most likely. Not. Fran, let's see clip one.
Thank the gentleman, salute him for his work on this, rise in support of the amendment. First of all, Social Security card is used from one end of America to the other as an identification card right now. Who are we kidding? If you want to pass a law and says it shouldn't be, I would ask the chairman and the distinguished minority member of the Social Security committee to pass that law, but let's admit the truth. Everywhere people go, they're asked for a Social Security card. In fact, one way to prove you're a bona fide person who can have a job is to ask for a driver's license and a Social Security card. This is an anti-fraud amendment. All over where we go, people say, well, why can't you stop illegal immigrants or others from coming here? And the number one answer we give our constituents is when they come here, they can get jobs, get benefits against the law because of fraud. And here, the gentleman from Florida has put together the most effective anti-fraud measure we can find without it changing the actions of the government one bit. And we find all this opposition. Ladies and gentlemen of this chamber, what I worry about is that this bill, which started out with good intentions, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, is going to end up being the same kind of thing that the public gets angry with us on. We say we're doing something, and we do nothing. Because every time someone makes a rational and small proposal to get something done, people say, well, what about this hypothetical, that hypothetical, etc. I urge support of this amendment. If you believe you want to stop fraud in immigration, you have no choice but to support this amendment.
It's almost like
Gentleman's time has expired.
Like, it's almost like an AI fake. It's just stunning.
Crazy.
Like, could you imagine now going to work, this thing is now circulating, and you got to take the exact opposite point and act like you never said that?
Right.
He's such a criminal.
Well, it just shows you where the party has moved. The party, it's like Clinton's State of the Union on immigration. It's like Barack Obama on immigration. It's like all of them back in the day. Hillary Clinton, all on immigration.
Pelosi.
But now they see immigration as a way to win, and all they're interested in is power. So it doesn't matter what they're, it doesn't matter. It's all like it doesn't exist. Like there's no videos. They don't even care that the videos are out there. They just go, if this is an end to a means for us to have endless power, then forget everything we've always believed in or said.
Communists, right? Communists,
Absolutely.
The ends always justify the means to get to their communist utopia.
Well, speaking of Schumer, we can stay on. Oh, go ahead, Rick.
I was going to say, what's crazy is that clip's from like 30 years ago.
96.
But they didn't even change 30 years ago. They changed only what? It was during after Obama's administration, because all of a sudden Trump was like, yeah, immigration. They're like, they clutched their pearls and looked at each other like, oh, my God.
They found the NGO loophole to finance their scams.
And keep in mind, Chuck Schumer is a dinosaur now. I think the only reason he is pulled over to the commie side is because he sees that's the way the wind is blowing in his party, and he doesn't want to go away yet. I don't think he can go away. I think he owes China too much, just like Dianne Feinstein did, and just like Mitch McConnell. Yep. I don't think they're allowed to go away. They got to stay in there, even though they're human statues. Just yay, yay, when told to say yay.
And Kev, you have more news on Chuck Schumer. It doesn't end with Paul's clip. You have a story on him as well, do you not?
I do, actually. I do. It's from Breitbart. And the headline, Schumer, MAGA right, doesn't want poor people or people of color to vote. This is a real problem because this is why they think they can kill us. Go, look at that. They're racist. Someone, you know that stupid video that someone doctored, they put on Trump's page? I tried to explain to someone, that was an attack. Someone who hates Trump. Nope, his fans love it. They just love it. I had 2 people tell me that. They need to believe this. They need to believe that they're better, that they have some sort of moral superiority over us, which they don't. If you think about it, the Democrats are seething racists. They'll never admit it. But, I mean, look who's been running the big blue toilet towns since the 60s or even back into the 40s. They have no intention of helping black people.
Nope,
keep them poor, keep them desperate.
That's exactly right.
No, and you don't even have to go back that far. You can go back probably a week. Find a black American that says, "Oh, by the way, I support Trump." They will call him every
The new face
him or
of
her,
white supremacy.
Right? Yes, they'll call him every racist trope they can think of,
Yep.
from Uncle Tom to you know what. They'll say whatever they can because they can't understand it.
Well, the worst thing that ever happened to the establishment is the family nucleus getting back to the black family and the black alpha male and the white alpha male becoming bonded as one again, like it was happening before the what was it, Lyndon Johnson? What was the name of the act? Civil Rights Act.
Yeah.
It wrecked the black home, and if all patriotic Americans like kind of banded together, especially most black people are Christians, that really puts a wrinkle in their divide and conquer plan.
So here's what Schumer actually said, and I mean we might as well get used to this now because this is this is going to be 2026 on steroids. This is going to be the message. And President Trump, I think it was Friday, said, "I'm going to get election integrity passed whether it's with Congress or not." And now people are saying, well, what he means by that is he's going to have ICE agents at the polls and stuff like that. And this is going to be the Democrats' line of attack. They don't want people of color to vote. They don't want any minorities to vote because they know that they normally don't vote for them. And that's essentially what Schumer said to Jake Tapper on State of the Union. All right, live from Studio 6B. We'll keep it going on a Monday. Real America's Voice. We're back right after this.
Dark guy, dog.
All right, chat live in the chat. Damon, here's an explanation. I found the video of Michael Jordan engaging with a young NASCAR fan. It actually turns
Tyler
out to be
Reddick's
it's Tyler Reddick's son, and the kid has ice in his back, like in his shirt, tucked in his shirt. So that's what he's playing with. He's playing with the ice.
Gotcha. I knew there had to be something about it that, well, I mean, they made it sound like Michael Jordan ran up and started fondling some 8-year-old.
When you look at it, it doesn't.
It looks
great.
a little weird.
It looks
at
weird
first glance, but then you see he's grabbing the shirt, and that's where the ice is kind of sagging.
Share that video with me.
I sent it. I sent it in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a big Jordan.
I didn't see it. I just saw people talking about it. Like I was like, what?
Right.
Yeah, the context is Rick put it in the right context. I mean, Jordan's not that crazy.
Because it is Daytona. It was kind of warm. So the kid had ice on his back.
Yeah, I don't think he ever anticipated that.
Tumbleweed Farmer on X, thank you very much. I will pass along the birthday wishes.
Rick, more drama with ice, right?
Yes, Harry is running the tunes tonight. People have picked up on
the
it.
world needs.
Harry's in the
Harry.
They already picked up on it, didn't they?
Harry's in the control room with Fran. Aaron's on vacation this week.
Yeah, was my audio off a little? There's something with my mic? I thought. Okay.
Not that I heard.
I thought I heard somebody in my ear. Okay.
Maybe Harry hit the mute button just a couple times during it. Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, no problem. I thought you were trying to.
Hello, Nancy Burns. Hello, Farmer Rancher
Howdy,
Dane.
Fran.
417 Raiders, thank you very much. Dad's doing better, slowly but surely.
Did he go home yet, or he's still with you?
Still with me.
Okay,
yep.
yeah.
We're targeting maybe a trip home this week. We'll see how he's feeling. The doctors say.
It's good to hear.
Harry had to get off the couch. Yes, he did. Hello, Cat.
He's not happy
Connie
about it.
Lou, Manny C. Honey K, Elaine Emmerich, Skeetsman, Dave Syverson. What's going on, everybody?
Coffee.
I could tell Harry's running the tunes because the show's theme abruptly cut off during the intros.
You are correct.
Yeah, but you know what? If Harry let it play like sometimes we do, you'd be writing me emails going, "I get rid of the music when you're talking. I can't hear you." So
Freaking Harry.
Big
Either
D,
way.
where's the decaf coffee tonight? We're taping live here. You have any decaf coffee going on?
Hassan Fefa, Coral Reef, the real Mr. J.
Sergeant Arbs, what's going on?
That Sergeant Obbs was the one who picked up. He says, "Where's the decaf coffee?"
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Monday night. Real America's Voice. We are live at the America First Warehouse. Glad you're in. Slick's going to do sports. Delgado's got main headlines coming up. Kevin Downey Jr., Paul Nolan have some more news coming up as well. But right now, why hasn't the FBI taken over? ? President Trump pressed on Nancy Guthrie case in a flurry of follow-ups. That is the basis of tonight's Diaper Diplomacy. Roll it, friend.
Hasn't the FBI taken over the Nancy Guthrie case as the lead investigator? Do you have any updates on how that's going?
Well, they took it over originally. You know, it was a local case originally, and they didn't want to let go of it, which is fine. It's up to them. It's really up to the community. But ultimately, when the FBI got involved, I think, progress has been made. Complicated territory.
President, are you anticipating cutting a deal with Democrats to end the potential shutdown for DHS?
See what happens. We always have to protect our law enforcement. It's very important. They've done a great job. Remember, they've taken out hundreds of thousands of criminals out of our country. And we have the best crime numbers we've ever had, and everywhere. Murder numbers, crime numbers of any kind. We have the best numbers. We've taken out hundreds of thousands of criminals out of our country. We have to protect our law enforcement.
Are you talking?
Mr. President, Mr. President, between land strikes on Mexico, Colombia, and Venezuela, land strikes. Are you planning?
About it.
Mr. President, do you still have a veto on Nouri al-Maliki to become the Iraqi Prime Minister?
We're looking at a prime minister. We're going to see what's going to happen. We've got some ideas on it. But in the end, everybody needs the U.S. Everybody needs us.
Are you planning to hold anyone
lying about his relationship
down in El Paso? The second aircraft carrier that you decided to send. Talk about why you made that choice.
Well, in case we don't make a deal, we'll need it. We'll need it. If we have a deal, we could cut it short. It'll be leaving very soon. We have one out there that just arrived. If we need it, we have it ready. A very big port.
After any progress in Ukraine negotiations, do you still demand Zelensky has to hold elections before summer?
Zelensky's going to have to get moving. Russia wants to make a deal, and Zelensky's going to have to get moving. Otherwise, he's going to miss a great opportunity. He has to move.
Okay. A flurry of follow-ups it was.
Wow.
In fact.
Dang.
So
wide range of
wide
topics.
range is right. All right, well, that one started with Nancy Guthrie story there. The president took some questions on why the FBI hasn't, I guess, fully taken over. And let's get an update in real life here from Rick Delgado. He's got headlines. What's going on?
All right, Damon. Well, like you said, the Nancy Guthrie story continues, entering week number 3, which
now
is
I hear
kinda
she's
crazy.
been taken to Mexico.
Oh, yeah?
That's the rumor
That's
today.
what I heard.
That's,
Yeah, I heard
that's the rumor? All right.
Yeah.
Well, according to this, Savannah Guthrie says we still believe as the FBI investigates DNA, they still believe that she's alive. According to this, the glove DNA that they found in the Nancy Guthrie case is expected to be entered soon. The FBI official told FBI that the glove recovered nearby the house was still undergoing some quality control testing, but they believe that they have DNA that matches. Once in the process is complete, the profile is expected to be entered into the FBI's combined DNA index in the near future, as soon as probably tonight. We'll see if it matches anyone in the national database. When asked whether one or more suspects could be involved, the official pointed to FBI Director Kash Patel's comments, saying persons of interest, indicating investigators are not ruling out the possibility of multiple individuals, which could go to your thinking that it could be they could be over the line of Mexico there, Damon. The profile of the DNA is unknown at this time. It's an unknown male, they're saying, that has been recovered, so we'll see what happens with that. And also, I guess, a car was towed this afternoon from the car that was, or the home that was searched last week. So we'll see what happens with that. Former FBI analysis also believes that the Guthrie suspect was an amateur. And you know, when you start to think about it a little bit too, when you look back at that video, it kind of looks like, was the guy maybe there just to rob the house? Possibly.
It looked kind of like that. It
right?
did look unprofessional, walking up, and then dawning on him that the ring camera was looking at him. Then he puts his dopey hand over it, and then he's messing around. Then he tries to put a brush over it.
Brush over it. So I don't know. Maybe it was a robbery gone wrong. Who knows? But the FBI did release the description of the suspect as seen in the mask and gloves. As you know, standing around 5'9", 5'10", blah, blah, blah. We know all that. And but the investigators, according to the sheriff from this afternoon, Sheriff Chris Nanos, said they are still stuck and don't know the exact motive of the case. So there you have that. The president also chimed in on the Guthrie case. He threatened the kidnappers with death penalty, Damon. He's going all out for Nancy Guthrie if she isn't returned alive, according to the Post. He told the Post, New York Post, that those responsible for kidnapping Nancy Guthrie must release her unharmed, or they will face the most severe federal penalties. In a brief phone interview, Trump said he would want the Justice Department to seek the death penalty if the 84-year-old mother of the NBC Today Show host, Savannah Guthrie, is killed. The president said the abductors would face very, very severe, most severe federal consequences if Nancy Guthrie is not found alive after being abducted from her home outside of Tucson on February the 1st. Man, it's already the 15th, so we're entering week number 3. And, we'll see what happens. As a matter of fact, the president was doing some signing today. Today he signed a presidential memo for Washington, D.C., talking about the death penalty. Here he is doing that. Here's cut number 3. President Trump, cut 3. Check this out.
This is a presidential memorandum that directs your Attorney General and your U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Judge Jeanine Pirro, to fully implement the death penalty here in Washington, D.C., where the evidence and facts of a case indicate that the death penalty should be used.
Okay? Everybody understand? Death penalty in Washington. You kill somebody, or if you kill a police officer, law enforcement officer, death penalty. And hopefully there won't be that.
Yeah, so there he is talking about that. And again, he hasn't said much publicly about the Guthrie case in particular, but today making those threats that he wants her returned alive or else.
I mean, do we think someone could really just go in to rob the house and then end up turning into a kidnapper? Like, you think most people are capable, like, of pulling that off?
That's a stretch.
And not leaving enough clues for an FBI or somebody to pretty quickly figure who you are out?
Unless they had cased the place and maybe they figured, oh, she's not going to wake up, and she surprised them.
I mean, going in to rob the jewelry or take some clothes or a handbag off the counter is one thing. Where do you make the switch and go, okay, I'm just going to kidnap the old lady because I didn't suspect her to be here?
Well, maybe she attacked him and scratched his face, and maybe she knew who he was. And he's like, oh, geez, I can't have this lady, ratting me out.
If you recognize that you're right, then it could be a problem.
If we're just going to play the guess and specation game. Maybe when he got, hang in there. Maybe when he got there, what the heck? I'll throw something stupid out there. Maybe when he got there, he realized the real prize was the woman whose house he was robbing. Maybe he saw a fancy house, then realized when he got in there, this lady's got money, and she said, my daughter's famous and rich, and we can give you money. Maybe because none of it makes sense to
Obviously,
me.
anything is possible, but
I don't know who's capable of kidnapping a human being.
Am I the only one who thinks they're not letting us know who it is because it's either one of the cartels or an illegal immigrant, and that's going to look bad, or because the local sheriff is not saying a lot? I don't want to do the tinfoil.
Go ahead, do it.
Do it.
But there are a lot of ties to the Clintons, and that's the truth. They blew whistles on the Clinton family.
Who did?
Inside the lawyer. There was I shouldn't say it, but I'll have it tomorrow.
You know, your first instinct was right, Paul, on this. Your
There's some
first
weird
instinct
evidence.
was right.
All right, I'm going to call on the chat right now. Anybody on X, if you're not following me, you can DM me any information, conspiracy theory. I don't care how shiny the tinfoil is. You send it to me on DM. Paul_Eggs Nolan.
So maybe the Clintons. If the Clintons are going to testify coming up here at the end of the month, that should now be the first question. Have you had anything to do with the Guthrie disappearance? Well, according to you, is that what you're saying?
I think there's something there.
Or is it because we know they're going to testify? We have to keep this thing going to take over the news.
I honestly barely paid attention, and when I saw the Clinton thing, I was like, I don't even want to know anymore because nothing. Even if it's true, I don't care. They're going to get away with it.
Okay.
I'm going Colonel Mustard in the study with the candlestick holder.
All right, Kevin.
Just afraid of getting whacked.
39 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Kevin Downey Jr. is the host of the Kevin Downey Jr. Show. He's got some more headlines. What is this about college students, and what are they pretending to hold?
All right, there's a new poll that they conducted amongst college students, and they found that a vast majority, 88% of college students, pretend to hold progressive views in order to be socially and academically accepted. This is from the post-millennial. Now, that's 88% saying, I don't really believe this nonsense, but I don't want to get kicked out of school. And remember that Leah Thomas dude helicoptering around the girls' pool. Remember, those girls on the team were told, you will shut up and shower with him, or you will, A, be kicked off the team, B, be kicked out of school, and C, you'll never get a job because everyone's going to know you're a big old bigot. All right? So this 88% said, no, we don't really agree with all of that. But they're just forced to. They have no choice if they want to have any sort of social life. And remember, I mean, these are 22-year-olds. These are people who pay for friends in sororities and whatnot. So they're not really the strongest people, some of them. But and I'm sure it's the same way when I just want to be involved. But they're pretending to be people they're not, just so that they can stay in school. And we're seeing a lot. And now we're seeing the opposite end of that. We are seeing high school kids being taken to ICE protests and fighting people. One girl got hit by a car. Parents are going nuts. You need a note to go to the zoo, but to go get in a fight with people who support ICE, well, that's all right. You don't need daddy's signature for that. We are really losing the schools, folks. And, well, I think we've already lost them. We just got to get them back. 45 goals of communism. There's, take over the schools, put the commie curriculum in there, and run the school, run the teachers' union. That's what's going on here. And it's only getting woker. And I know that Trump said, all right, no more DEI. Well, they just said, all right, well, Rick Delgado, he was our DEI guy. Now we're going to call him the Department for Excellence in Initiative, DEI. Yeah, wink, wink, we know what he's doing. But, yeah, 88% pretending to be something they're not, just so they're not banned from the ranch.
I can see that for college, because let's face it, most guys going to college, very limited experience. And they see a girl, it's like, how do I connect with this girl?
Yeah.
Because they have ulterior motives, right?
Right.
So maybe that answers the guy side of it.
Well, there's chloroform, but
well, no. Now you're talking about Damon.
Thanks, I'm off the hook.
That's a direct approach here, I got to tell you.
That's how you connect.
Now you're talking what Damon did to Paul all those years.
Yeah, that only goes for Paul. When he says something like the Clintons are involved with Guthrie, that's when he goes back in the trunk. No, not for this. Though.
I told you it was a stupid idea.
Like I said, Harry, anytime, babe, anytime.
And
like I said, your initial reaction, Paul, was probably the right one. 43 past the hour, live from Studio 6B.
I feel shame.
We'll get it back on the rails here when we get back right after this.
You never feel shame. I did joke on...
That's good.
Chat, live in the chat.
Chat.
What are you, Charlie Babbitt over there? Yeah, chat. Yeah, definitely a chat. Yeah, Wapner's in the chat.
Yeah,
Wapner. All right, let's get to
remember that guy that sent us those smokes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I just smoked my last one.
Oh, yeah, cigar page. Yeah.
I just got their T-shirt.
Nice.
They're hilarious over there. I get all my stuff there now.
Did they open the tasting room over?
Wait, so where are they
Lost the
located?
battery.
How did you talk to them?
I just found their website, and it's funny. So we just go back and forth talking about stuff.
Oh, okay.
They're hilarious. I lost a
Battery rolled that way, I think.
Oh, thank you.
So to keep this pithy and quick, would you like me to just, because the clip is 2 minutes and 15 seconds, but worth watching.
Well, I mean, if you look at this, if you look at D block we're in, it's mostly one and two are you, so you don't need to keep it quick.
Yeah, I'm just sports.
Okay, just in case
I have one
you want
sports
to,
story. That's it. Just so don't worry about it. I could buzz that quick.
I was following another story. I don't
Girl
know if
got
you guys
whacked.
pay attention to some of this other stuff, but there's some interesting stuff going on with Trump, and kind of like he really doesn't care who you like in the deep state. He can't like Booz Allen, Hamilton is a big
Law
war
firm?
machine. Yeah, no war contracting. They make biolabs. They're in Ukraine, all over it. All the money they get is from the U.S. government. They're also the ones who leak tax documents about Trump and a bunch of other conservatives and people. Like 4,000 or 5,000 people. It was also the same place that hired Snowden.
You know what?
And
Speaking of which,
and Snowden was fired from them, and Snowden is hiding out in Russia, and now, like, this is like a weird, like, so many intertwining pieces of this story, and he cut him off. That's it. You're out. You get no more contracts. Stock dropped to dirt.
look up on X. What's his name? Kim.com.
If you could share a link, that'd be
Breaking. Palantir was allegedly hacked. AI agent was used to gain super user access. Peter Thiel and Alex Carr commit mass surveillance on world leaders.
I almost hit 4,600 followers, D.
I'm
You
almost
impressed?
at 10,000
That's impressive.
On what?
on X.
Oh, nice.
Get me to 10,000 X.
I got to
Come on, X.
13,000.
All right, 13 to the hour, live from Studio 6B. Yeah, on a Monday, brand new week. We're live at the America First Warehouse on a Monday night. Glad you're in. Slick's going to do some more sports. Rick Delgado's got some headline news. Kevin Downey Jr. is going to have some more news. But right now, let's get back to Mr. Paul Nolan. He's got a couple headlines and a couple stories. Mr. Nolan, what's going on?
So, during the election of 2020, the rig job, the great rig job, where he won almost every bellwether except for one, he lost by 3% when Reagan lost by 15% in that Seattle bellwether county, and the most down ballot wins ever. Really, that's all plausible that he was in a blowout win and then they turned the machines off in the middle of the night, and lo and behold, he lost. We're supposed to believe that story. Anybody who believes it is just so dumb. I can't. It hurts my own head
They
thinking
shouldn't
about
reproduce.
It's astonishing how in denial they are. And we remember we saw that truck that went from Bethpage, New York, right down the block from us to Harrisburg and Lancaster, and the guy was like, I don't know what happened to my truck. I've been driving that truck for 10 years. It's gone. This is my truck that I know how to fix it, what goes. Well, anyway, here's a good video breaking down, some of the fraud in Pennsylvania. It's a 2-minute and 10-second clip. I hope you guys can endure it, but I think it's well worth the watch.
York County's Office of Elections recently received a large delivery containing thousands of voter registration forms and mail-in ballot applications from a third-party group. This comes after Lancaster County officials announced they are investigating approximately 2,500 voter registration forms for potential fraud. The batch of applications, which had false names, incorrect addresses, and other discrepancies, is being traced back to a large-scale canvassing operation.
It appears to be an organized effort at this point, but of course it's an ongoing investigation, and we'll be looking into who exactly participated in it and how far up it goes.
First, the Philadelphia Board of Elections processed hundreds of thousands of mail-in ballots with zero civilian oversight or observation. The mail-in ballots were handled, processed, opened, and counted in Hall F of the Convention Center. Hall F is a vast room, approximately 350 feet by 350 feet. That's about 120,000 square feet. The Board of Elections erected a fence approximately 50 feet into the hall that ran the length of the room. All observers were corralled behind the fence. More than 100 board workers processed and opened mail-in ballots on the other side of the fence. These masked workers were arranged throughout the 120,000 square feet at a distance from the observers of about 10 feet to more than 200 feet away from us. Unlike what some may have reported in the media, the vast majority, and I'd estimate at least 96% of the board workers were processing mail-in ballots 15 to 200 plus feet from us. Due to the distance of the workers from the erected fences, it was impossible for me or any observer to see what the workers were doing with any type of specificity. The observers were not able to challenge any decision or determination being made about the processing of these mail-in ballots. No civilian oversight over hundreds of thousands of mail-in ballots, zero opportunity for observers to observe, challenge, or inspect the mail-ins being opened. I find this to be an issue and to be irregular.
So, we keep seeing all this evidence come in all over the place. We're seeing it in Wisconsin. We're seeing it in Pennsylvania. To me, this is the most important issue for me, getting fair and honest voting in America again, because when you don't have voting, it's over. Yeah. It's not even a country. It's a banana republic. And for me, I just hope that we can tackle this, and before the midterms, just figure out how to get clean, straight-up elections once again. So, I don't know. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on this.
Yeah. I mean, how can people not look at the Democrats all voting against election integrity and go, wow, they must really want to cheat?
Yeah, exactly.
What more do you need, folks? It's kind of right there.
And when you have, like, what is it, 80% almost, or 75% of Democrats, like, polled, believe that, yes, you should have an ID to vote and prove that you are who you are. And meanwhile, basically, the Congress, their representatives are saying, we don't care what you think. We'll tell you what to think, and this is what we're going to do.
And later on in that video, it goes on to say that 90% of the ballots that came in that were all, like, counterfeit were for guess who?
Well, of course, they were for Biden.
And they were all perfectly marked, just like in Georgia.
Yeah. And I saw something where they, they had the percentages of, Trump has this many votes with a 99% chance of winning when they turned off the election counting, and then all of a sudden you wake up the next morning and it's all flipped the other way.
Yeah. And
plus they showed the, remember those live counts where all of a sudden. And I think it was ABC that had it, or CNN, where you see the count, the vote count for Trump actually goes down, and the exact amount adds to the Biden side. Yeah. I mean, it was right there, and everybody's like, no, I didn't see that. They're all looking up in the air like nothing happened.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Yeah, but we sit here in 2026, and I'll just play counter argument to all of you who are sitting here saying, I hope and I wish and I hope. Who's in charge right now, and who's passed this bill through the House 3 times? Oh, we have. And now it sits where?
In the Senate.
Okay. And who's in charge in the Senate?
We are.
Who's in charge in the White House? Who's in charge of Congress? So we're going to keep saying, I hope and I wish and I really want and I hope we can get elections. When do we start turning our anger towards the party that has the opportunity to put this in place right now?
I think we have turned our anger towards them because we know it's in their lap. Here it is.
We know the rhinos.
Pass it.
We've said it on the show a million times. The rhinos are worse than the Democrats.
Yeah, the rhinos are Democrats.
Exactly. And they hide and they lie and they make it worse for everybody.
Yeah. If anything, Trump has to, and again, I point this out all the time, he's got to put these people in front of a camera and say, okay, you're not going to support this? Why? Tell the American people right now why you think this is terrible.
I
and
mean,
call them out on their
We're
crap.
still sitting here fighting for what, one more vote or whatever it is to even get this, hopefully, to a vote in the Senate?
No, I think they have the votes now. But
with
for some
JD,
reason,
they have the votes.
Right.
We still don't have every Republican on board. Tom Tillis isn't on board. Murkowski isn't on board.
knew
I
they
think
wouldn't be,
Collins
though, right?
now is on
Right.
board. She makes 50.
She makes 50. Right.
Vance would make 51. But yet we're still not moving it forward.
No. Because guess what? The fix is in.
Well, I mean, obviously, Damon ruined our parade over here, but whatever. So anyway, there's another story that I feel like it's not getting any airplay, and there's so much dominating the headlines right now, which I don't know if it's anywhere near as important as this. U.S. pilots are jailed in Guinea during a fuel stop are now asking Trump to step in. 2 American pilots have been imprisoned in the Republic of Guinea for 6 weeks now after authorities said they violated the country's airspace for a simple fuel stop. Fabio Nunez, 33, of Ewing, New Jersey, and Bradley Scott Schlenker, 63, of Chicago, are asking Trump administration to step in and secure their release. They've been locked up since December 29th. Wow. Now, they had been given clearance for airspace. As they landed, they were charged by over 100 armed soldiers who seized the plane and treated them as if they were hostile enemies of the country. So the pilots and their lawyers filed an emergency appeal, and an appellate court ordered Nunez and Scott to be released from the jail pending a resolution of the case. So this is a pretty serious story. These are just family guys living, doing their thing, and they get, railroad, and this story should be bigger, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like maybe
First time I heard of it.
calling SEAL Team 6, go in there, while you're at it, take their resources.
Teach them a lesson.
We'll show you. But I just like to see them go in there and get these boys out.
It's amazing that this story, as far as I can tell, is about eight days old. I think it was February 8th I saw this come out. And there's been no update. Man. Does that seem strange? Like, what's the State Department? Why haven't we heard an update on this story?
Yeah. That's why I wanted to bring it up, because it's one of those things that these people deserve some airplay.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy.
Can you imagine if that's your family over there stuck, your father?
Yeah.
No, it's no good, man.
But don't worry, because everybody's still looking for Nancy Guthrie.
Yeah.
And who is this little toilet nation to take our pilots?
Yeah, that's a great point.
What do they think they're going to get?
Yeah. Well, I know
we've got demands. All right, well, here's a demand. We won't blow you into... All
right, quick wrap, hour 1, hour 2. Coming back, we'll do some sports with Slick. We'll do some more headlines with Rick Delgado. All coming up right after this.
I think we have over the years.
Nancy Burns in the Twix chat says, I'm 68 and still get carded. Good for you, Nancy.
How you doing, Nancy? You like chubby old married guys?
Who dat? Chubb 25. Speaking of Chubb, Chubb 25.
The Chubster.
Tumbleweed Farmer Matthew
up,
Schallenberger said, last time I got carded, I was 27, almost 15 years ago.
Whoa. Come on now.
Kentucky Hill Jew. College grad failure, Patrick Owen Ahern.
Trash man was born on the bayou. Broke spoke. What's up, Lori Lee?
Someone, Patriot Ken wrote, someone else said, what's with Slick's hairdo? And Patriot Ken wrote, he and KDJ swap stylists.
I got a Groupon for a rookie barber class. $4 for the.
They owe you some money back.
Let's go get them. And by the way, can you guys hit the like button? We're not doing so good in
I just
the
got the one story.
Only got 174.
That's the only thing I got to do.
What's up, Bill Durham?
In this segment, right?
Said what?
Skater.
PJ 20 rocks.
I didn't get to in that segment. The figure skater.
Yeah, do that.
Do that. Okay.
Do you have that hockey
PJ 20.
story?
Are you a pro?
No, No, the shooting, I don't know.
Oh, man.
I saw
Do you
it.
have the clip
I
of the
sent
skier
story
coming
in.
in one-legged?
No.
Backwards?
No.
Oh, that was so sick.
That was sick.
How much can you? I can only get so many stories.
I know, but the clip was so badass. Guy flips in the air, lands on 1 foot with one ski back.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah. Still hits a couple moguls and then goes across the line.
Crazy.
In the Twix, Damon wants to know how Dad is doing.
What's up, Luca?
Dad's doing a little better. Every day is a little better. We're targeting maybe a trip home this week. We'll see. Thank you for asking, though, very much.
Let's go over to the YouTubes. Luca Brazzi. Les Durham. Karen Martel. David Balka. R. Urias. Stephen Smith is in there.
Stephen A.
No, not Stephen A. Broke Smoke.
I'm at 45.
All right, hour 2. Live from studio on a Monday, February 6th at the America First Warehouse. Slickster is going to do some sports coming up here in a second. Rick Delgado's got main headlines. Kevin Downey Jr., Paul Nolan also have some news as well. In hour 2, Fran sitting on the big board. Harry spinning the tunes tonight. Aaron, of course, is off this week, so Fran will be at the big board all week with Harry. Thinking that on Friday we've.
If Fran didn't want to quit yet.
Fran, welcome to your last week. Yeah, the clock is running. 4 nights with the Harry on the highway, spinning them tunes. Harry's like, I'm going to play some Van Halen. I'm like, no, you're not, Harry. You can't play Van Halen. We have no license to play that. So just stick to what Fran gives you.
Exactly.
And try to play it on time. And hopefully, as I cue out to the commercials, Harry, you can long within, like 15 seconds of when I do it. Or 2, that'd be great as well. So,
hit 0.
my favorite is when we have a 45-second out and Harry plays a song that's 40 seconds. That's my favorite, which has already happened once tonight. We've missed by 5 seconds. So let's do some sports to kick off hour 2. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the promo code to use if you want to shop at MyPillow. Slickster, what's going on?
Well, some sad news. Former TJ figure skater allegedly gunned down a career criminal in a Starbucks drive-thru. This is Orr Hawkins,
I heard about that.
yard barker. Former Team USA figure skater Gabrielle Linehan was allegedly gunned down by a career criminal while sitting in a St. Louis, Missouri Starbucks drive-thru Tuesday. NBC News reported that Linehan was in the car when a man fatally shot the 28-year-old and stole her bank cards and driver license at around 10 a.m. 58-year-old Keith Lamont Brown was arrested the following day. He has a criminal record dating back to 1986, including a felony conviction. Como noted that court records indicate Brown was wanted for 2 armed robberies that just happened a few days before Linehan's murder. After being arrested in connection with Linehan's shooting death, Brown was charged with first-degree murder, 3 counts of first-degree robbery, 4 counts of armed criminal action, as well as 1 count of unlawful possession of a gun connected to Linehan's death and other recent robberies. Linehan coached at the Metro Edge Figure Skating Club, and the club posted a message to Facebook mourning her death. The club added, this loss is both sudden and profoundly heartbreaking for athletes, staff, and the entire skating community. Focus remains on supporting Sam's family and ensuring skaters have the care and resources needed during this incredibly difficult time. Boy, the skating community, between that plane crash earlier last year and what's gone on, has just been absolutely devastating. So some really sad news there, Big D. And that's a wrap in sports.
All right, Slick, have you started to put together your Final Four in college basketball yet?
Oh, it's a little.
Started thinking about who possibly could be there.
That's a little early yet, Big D. Connecticut's looking. UConn's looking good. They're looking
there
real
you
good.
Go, Slickster.
They're looking real good.
How are they looking on both sides of the basketball? How are the women's team looking?
They're both looking good.
How's the men's team looking?
They're looking dynamite.
Could it be a year of a double UConn championship?
A double Husky Could be a double Husky Iditarod this year, Big D. We got to cover the Iditarod.
I don't know. They lost to St. John's last week.
Yeah, we're going to have a wrinkle here and there. You know, St. John's is a scrappy club. Was it in the Garden, that game?
No, it was at UConn.
No, it was at UConn.
Yeah. All right, well,
St. John's is back in the Garden this week for Creighton. So, all right, 3 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Rick Delgado's got some headlines. Let's do it. What's going on, Delgado?
Oh, Damon, here's my favorite. Of course, it has to do with one Jeffrey Epstein. Is he still alive? Well, we don't know. Some people seem to think he is. But this story...
What? Excuse me?
What?
What'd you say?
Yeah, a lot of people think he's alive.
Some people seem to think he is.
52% of the American public, on the latest poll, 48% think he's dead, 52% think he was ushered out, and that's why there's no video.
Right.
That's the
and remember, I had that story about
very sketchy video. That's
one
for
of
sure.
one of his own former people saying he was ushered out.
Okay.
I had that story last week. Anyhow, the DOJ, though, according to this report, Damon, says the DOJ has only released a tiny fraction of the Epstein files, believe it or not. Attorney General Pam Bondi claims the Trump administration released everything it has on Jeffrey Epstein, but that doesn't seem to be the case. A bombshell report suggests it only produced about 2% of the files, believe it or not. According to the Attorney General, like I said, she says everything is out. They say no. In emails reviewed by Channel 4 News, federal investigators discussed the massive amounts of data that had been seized from Epstein's properties, including his homes in Palm Beach, Florida, his townhouse in New York City, and, of course, Pedo Island, also known as Howard Lutnick's favorite vacation spot. We expect something to be around 20 to 40 terabytes. As a matter of fact, I've got a news report where they talk about what they released. Here's cut number 4. Check this out. And again, it goes to the amount or the volume that they say they took in when they raided all these places, because all these places, they had devices, computers, you name it. So there's a lot of information that people are saying it doesn't seem to square, it doesn't seem to add up. Here's cut number 4. Check this out.
Now, emails examined by Channel 4 News show investigators discussing those very devices. From the earliest stages, investigators were talking about Epstein's data totaling many, many times what has so far been released. In June 2020, one wrote, "We expect the data to be somewhere around 20 to 40 terabytes," noting that the total capacity of the devices was up to 50 terabytes. Then, as recently as last year, long after the investigations into Epstein and his associates had ended, the figures quoted remained massive. We're looking at a total of approximately 14.6 terabytes of archived data, said another email. To put that in context, it is almost 15,000 gigabytes. But now, a year on from that, the total data released, claimed to be some 300 gigabytes, accounts for just 2% of the total Epstein data that officials were discussing just last year.
Yeah, the report arrived days after Bondi and the DOJ General Todd Blanche told Congress that the department had finished all its disclosures under the Epstein Files Transparency Act. In the February 14th letter to the House and Senate Judiciary Committees, they said the DOJ released all the records, and they emphasized the scale of what it had released January 30th when they said they published 3.5 million pages in compliance with the transparency law. But Channel 4 is reporting, like you saw there, they said they suggest the size of the public repository may not reflect the size of the underlying evidence pool, particularly where Material X exists in large files, archives, or formats that are difficult to open and review. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this report, because again, a terabyte versus gigabytes is a huge difference.
Yeah, okay, fine.
What?
Well, I don't know. I just feel like you've been saying on this show, it's going to be interesting to see what comes out for 2 years.
Well, you know what? The problem is right now we're looking for a needle in a haystack. They keep piling 1 billion pounds of hay on us.
Right. And we keep finding it. And there are disgusting things that we could talk about.
Yeah, there's some repulsive stuff.
Repulsive
and I've been digging in. It's gruesome, D. It's not for this show.
Yeah, it's definitely not for this show. I mean, if you want to go online and look for it, feel free.
It's gruesome.
But from what I'm reading from some of the people that have seen it, that they regret looking at it. Even Tim Burchett has said if you think you want to see this, you might want to rethink it.
Yeah, I went down the rabbit hole, and I've been trying to stay on the perimeter of the horrifying stuff, but some of the stuff I'm reading and a couple of the images I caught, they're just brutal. They're really, really difficult to look at, especially when you're a father.
Yeah, and when you think about, the way they... And again, this is I haven't seen it. I'm going by what other people have seen when they talk about the drinking of blood and what they do to kids and all this stuff. It's just satanic when you hear it.
It's without a doubt satanic.
And then, of course, Jamie Raskin was asked about this on CNN. And, of course, his response was, but Trump. Here is cut number 5. Here's Jamie Raskin asked why the Democrats didn't release this stuff when they had 4 years to do it. Cut number 5. Check this out.
The congressman could have gotten that from 21 to 25 when Democrats controlled the DOJ. Why? It was a crisis then. It's a crisis now. Why didn't Democrats call for it from 21 to 25?
So, I mean, you'd have to go back and look specifically at particular prosecutorial decisions and what was taking place in terms of the other cases. So, I don't know. We could try to reconstruct that record. But the point is that Donald Trump is the one who has led the crusade to say that...
We don't even need the bomb. Yeah, just cut them off.
And again, that's Jamie Raskin. I mistakenly said it was CNN. It's MSNBC. And Tucker Carlson today, I saw a clip of him, and they asked, do you think anybody's going to be prosecuted? And you've asked this a bunch of times. Who's going to be arrested? Who's going to go to jail? Yeah. And he said, and he made a great point. He says it's been 2 decades that they've known about this guy and what he's doing. He goes, and no one has gone to jail yet.
Right.
2 decades, and when you put it in that perspective, it just kind of it does give you pause.
Oh God!
Well, how much pause?
A little bit of pause.
Mm-hmm.
No, on a scale of 1 to 10 with pause.
I'm going to go with 8.2 pause.
But just to be clear, you guys. So let's go around the room. I still defer to Bongino and Cash on this when they say
traitors.
Okay, so Paul,
I'm so disgusted with Bongino. There's no way I can describe it. I thought, here were my words. Bongino is above reproach. He's fearless. He's going to look right into the teeth of the devil, and he's going to come at him, and nothing's going to stop that warrior. Mm-hmm. Except the CIA told him to say, he killed himself. I read the files. He killed himself. Look at me. He killed himself. Don't believe a word of it.
Okay, Kevin?
I'm not so harsh on Bongino. I think he's really good. I think there's probably things he can't say yet. I mean, he was number 2 at the FBI. I don't think you can leave and start talking about all the cases. So I think there's probably way more to come out. I think almost every name that comes out in relation to Epstein is from a leftist or a globalist. And I think that the Epstein list, it doesn't really exist, but I think the names on it are going to hurt the globalists and hurt the Democrats for years to come. I don't think they're going to survive.
Yeah, and that's what Tucker was talking about. He says all the people that Epstein had, basically a direct contact with are these major, intelligence and government people. It's almost like it was a government above what we know about.
Well, that's exactly what it is. It's exactly that. There is a shadow government that's way more powerful than any sitting president has ever been, and that's what makes Donald Trump so special. He's the first president who doesn't take orders from the globalists. Right. He does exactly what he thinks is best for America. He's standing up to a machine that is unstoppable. That's why when he does something I don't like, I let it go. I don't care. Right. I don't care because he's fighting for the future of this country.
Well, yeah, and I heard somebody debating that with I forget where I saw it, but they were comparing. It was Larry Elder. Making the comparison with Trump and how 2 people describe golf or golfers. How do you know a good golfer? Well, one guy's like, I'm looking at his feet, his swing, blah, blah, blah. The other golfer goes, I look to where the ball lands. That's how I'll know. And he goes, that's the same with the thing with Trump. You could talk about everything that he says, but look what he's doing. Yeah. Where does the ball land for Trump?
Is he a polished politician? Is he uncouth? Okay.
Yeah, who cares? But is he getting things done?
Yeah.
And, Elder made a great point.
Climate scam. The entire globe is banking its future currency, like income tax, on a climate scam. And he just said no.
Yeah.
He's saving us.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Monday, 13 past the hour. More to do. We're back right after this.
Island mass shooter was a man wearing a dress.
Oh, yeah, my wife called it.
Are you serious?
My wife said, watch. She said, watch.
And this guy, I guess he's the father wearing a dress, blazes up his own family at a hockey game.
No.
Yeah, he shot killed two of the kids and his wife.
I know.
And wounded the other kid.
Oh, man.
I got off the, it's
Could
not,
you imagine playing
not part
hockey
of the
and,
rundown
you
for
were a
me.
bunch of kids and your dad comes to the stands in a dress? That's bad enough.
Yeah.
Dude, it wasn't a dress. He was in a peach or pink tank top with boobs, short shorts, and carrying a bag.
Oh, God, please tell me no. This is not happening.
Yes.
I was always afraid my dad would show up drunk.
Sources said the gunman,
Because I had nothing to worry
the
about.
gunman killed his wife and shot two of his kids before turning the gun on himself. The gunman is reportedly... Wow.
Drunk. My dad would come off the police force, and him and his partner were friends, and Mr. Dooley, they would two of them would bringing beers, drinking beers, teaching us how to play baseball, having a time of their lives. It was like Buttermaker before Buttermaker from the
my
Bad News
goodness.
Bears.
It was his son's senior night.
Oh, God.
So he shot his
I
ex.
want to know every cocktail of drugs
And the
this
kid,
animal
the kid.
was on.
He shot his daughter, his ex-wife,
And
his other son.
His other son, yeah.
He used to show up to games dressed as a woman one day and lifting dumbbells, pacing back and forth the next.
Yeah,
A
that's
little
just,
unstable, huh?
Just a little bit. I can see why he's divorced.
oh, she really,
Unbelievable.
she should have really stuck it out with him.
Did they kill him? They didn't shoot anybody, just the kid? That was just in an isolated
Yeah, he went out-
situation?
he
Now,
went
are the
after his
kids
family.
still in critical condition, or are they gone?
I don't know.
The last I heard, they were.
I know they're dead.
Well, two of them were dead.
Yeah, two
The
were
third one was shot, but was still
At
alive.
least your dad showed up. He was in a dress and he killed my family. At least your dad showed up. You know that guy who's always got to have a sob story.
I'm sorry I laughed at that.
Going to the break.
It's okay. Comedy's fun.
Comedy is fun.
Comedy is healing.
You know, my buddy Joe lost his wife. We had
Right,
so
Dev?
many belly
Yeah,
laughs
100%.
today. He's so sad. We had him and my boy Joey T. We had so many laughs today hanging out. So you got to find the humor.
How's that going? How's that whole tough, huh?
Tough.
All right, live from Studio 6B. Let me talk to you about our friends at America's Health Share. For too long, Americans have been trapped in a broken healthcare system that forces one-size-fits solutions. America's Health Share offers an alternative that supports family, faith, freedom, personal freedom, and healthcare. This is not insurance. This is a health freedom model. America's Health Share is a member-driven community where people share and manage their healthcare together. We believe healthcare should be affordable, transparent, and aligned with your values, free from surprise bills or skyrocketing premiums. It focuses on prevention, personalized care, and keeping families healthy for the long term. Every American deserves health sovereignty, the freedom to lead their own healthcare journey with the treatments, insights, and support they need. America's Health Share is built on community patriotism and the freedom to make healthcare decisions that reflect your views and conscience. We support therapies that are ethical, effective, and they're tailored to you, not one-size-fits-all mandates. Go right now to Join AHS Now, joinahsnow.org/RAV. To get started today, membership starts as low as $68 for an individual, $136 for a couple, or $276 for a family. Take control, stand for freedom in healthcare. Go right now to Join AHS Now, so joinahsnow.org/RAV, joinahsnow.org/RAV. Take control, stand for freedom in healthcare. Our friends from Birch Gold want you to know international disputes, inflation, rising national debt, digital currency. There's a never-ending list of reasons that gold has risen above 700% in the last 20 years, and a never-ending list of reasons smart Americans are diversifying a portion of their savings into precious metals with Birch Gold. More than any other commodity on earth, gold thrives during uncertainty, which is why it's a crucial part of a balanced strategy. It gives you peace of mind given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. You should see if holding gold is right for you. You can hold it in a tax-sheltered retirement account. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text America to the number 989898. Just text America to 989898 to receive your free information kit on gold. There's no obligation, only useful information. Birch Gold has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Tens of thousands of happy customers. Let Birch Gold help you diversify with gold so you too can have peace of mind regardless of the uncertainty. Text America to 989898. Again, text America to 989898. Let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the promo code to use. Slickster, what's going on?
All right, this crazy one here. Ex-ESPN host Sarah Spain accuses Vice President Vance MAGA voters of protecting pedophiles. Warner Todd Houston of Breitbart.
Who?
This is Sarah Spain. She used to be on ESPN.
Who?
Now, yeah, I know. She's covering the Olympics. I know.
Yeah.
Rapidly left-wing sports commentator Sarah Spain went on a tirade in a video on Instagram Saturday attacking MAGA voters and Vice President J.D. Vance for daring to attend the Olympics and accusing both of protecting pedophiles. The far-left broadcaster admitting that she is engaging in wholesale deletions of anyone who disagrees with her on her Instagram and combatively announced that she doesn't give two bleeps about the MAGA voters think what they think, media reported. This is just wanted to give you a heads up. If you see some weird comments on my Instagram that I haven't had a chance to delete yet, is because I got called out for criticizing a pedophile-protecting American who was executed by ICE slandering person. I don't know what that means, Spain said. It seems likely she is promulgating the common claim by leftists that Donald Trump is an associate of Jeffrey Epstein, even though there has not been a shred of evidence to substantiate the Democrat accusation. Indeed, so far, about the only people that the release of the Epstein files has taken down have been Democrats, liberals, and European leftists, like we said earlier, many of whom have resigned their positions of power and influence after being linked to Epstein. Now, she is at the Olympics. She's actually covering the Olympics this wingding. But anyway, that was kind of a big news over the weekend. And
I don't know who the hell this woman is, and I don't know anybody else that does either.
Yeah, I've heard of her.
Sarah Spain.
I remember her. She covers the, she's covering the Olympics right now, but she did cover some of the baseball and stuff.
Never heard of her.
Is everybody holding on to her every word? Who cares what this Dumbo thinks?
Well, no,
it's all over.
It was big news over the weekend.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Like everybody's.
It was a big post. Yeah.
I mean, the whole left is calling Trump a pedo, and there's these endless stories coming out of the Epstein files. But
this is the. They've run out of things, right? They're cornered. Now they're just swinging and screaming. That's what happens.
Yeah.
And that's how you keep your job. But I'm telling you, when the coin is completely flipped, it's people like her they're going to be afraid to go outside. No one's going to hire her. And then she's going to realize communism wasn't as cool as she thought. And she didn't really have to keep saying the stupid things that she was saying. But, yeah, free speech. And, of course, we do have free speech, but we also have to pay the price for saying stupid things.
Yep.
Yeah.
And continuing with the Olympics, Canadian Olympics men's curling team hit with second charge of cheating. I don't know if you guys heard about this one. Warner Todd Houston of Breitbart. This guy's a little touchy. Canada's Olympic men's curling team has been hit with a second cheating accusation as of the 26 games in Milan, Italy continue this weekend. The specter of cheating arose against Canada's men's team for a second time on Saturday as the Canadians competing against Team Switzerland in the weekend's round-robin curling event, the New York Post reported. And apparently what happened, the latest accusation came from Swiss curler Pablo Lachat-Coupin, who told his coach that he saw the Canadians double-touch the stone. I don't want to focus too much on it, but he double-touched, and the referee saw it, Lachat said, reportedly. The first time Team Canada stood accused of illegally touching the stone, a second time after it crossed the hog line, the Canadian third Mark Kennedy erupted in an expletive-laden rant against Swedish curler Oscar Eriksson. We don't have the clip, but he went bananas on him.
Yeah,
I haven't done it
we're
once.
Running it right now. We were just running the clip of the guy's finger. Again, I like curling when it comes up in the Winter Olympics every 4 years, whatever it is, but I don't know the rule here. But he looks like whatever he does to it, he does it behind the green line. I guess
the thing is, once the stone touches that green line, he can't touch it
any
anymore.
connection to it.
As soon as it touches that green line. So he's giving it just a little bit of a poke.
Okay.
And you kind of see it you see the influence.
Yeah, like
of
he didn't get the exact speed he wanted, so
Right.
he got the little gaboinka.
Yeah.
Well,
I kind of think the Canadian guy wasn't drunk enough. I think this is one of the few sports that encourages you to drink, and those Canadians love their curling.
But to Big D's point, though, the governing body overseeing Olympic curling, however, dismissed the first cheating charge and determined that no rules were broken during the match. However, Team Canada was issued a warning for Kennedy's behavior. Now that he has been accused of the same violation the second time, Kennedy was a bit less verbose in his reply to the accusation. So anyway, Canadian curling becoming a big thing. I got to start covering curling on a regular basis.
It's fun, though.
It has become a great sport. I mean, I'll tell you.
I enjoy watching it.
It
I
is
have no
wild.
idea what's going on.
I think the girls' team is fantastic. I love
think I'll
watching
be
it.
an expert by the gold medal, the last gold medal game. I'm fairly certain of.
I think it's the only chance I have of ever getting to the Olympics.
Curling?
Curling. Encourages drinking.
Yeah.
That's the sport that you're physically ready to perform?
Absolutely.
No running, no. Just maybe bend down once and let the thing go.
Well, what about the
Beers,
brushing?
couple of whiskeys, I'll even be the sweeper.
Yeah, you like the sweeping. The sweeping is good
You
stuff.
got to move a lot to do the sweeping
Yeah,
part.
All right, I'll just push the puck.
You
then.
basically have to walk on ice.
Yeah.
I like the shoes.
You have enough time on cement. Don't worry about ice.
The one shoe's got a grip to it, right? The other shoe you slide. I love
Yeah.
those shoes. I got to get a pair. Those are slick, those shoes, man. I like that. Those are really literally slick shoes. Anyway, Big D, that's what I got for you in sports
That would
right
be
now.
like all of us coming here
Although-
on wheelies. Remember those sneakers the kids would wear, with the little wheel inside? They just start sliding, booking
Yeah.
around. I swear an orthopedic
Break
doctor
your ankle.
invented those.
What's the medal count? I mean, we haven't
I
had
think
a
we're in-
medal
I
count
think we're in
update.
second
We're in
place.
second. It was like 20-17
We're in
yesterday.
second?
Yeah.
Have any of the American-hating losers who are there representing us fallen down or skied
don't
into
know.
a tree or
Well,
anything
good.
like
I
that?
got that story coming up a little later.
nice,
The girl,
buddy.
well, she's
But-
not in. Well, she's a Chinese representative, but we know where she.
I've heard.
Well,
I've heard
yesterday,
that.
Yeah, we're gonna. That's my last story tonight.
Yesterday,
How
I
you
think it
going?
was Erin Jackson, the speed skater. She took fifth. Unfortunately, she was the defending
I saw her.
500 champ. But it was amazing. I came out of the shower and I got to see Uda race at 500.
Oh, God, please go to commercial. I don't need to hear about Delgado in the shower.
Five times in a row.
Delgado's Uda coming out of the shower.
It was amazing. I just kept hitting
Turn his
rewind.
mic off. All right, live from Studio 6B on a Monday night. We're back right after this.
Who doesn't love a good Uda?
Jake Paul's fiance. His fiance.
She won the gold.
She's a
in the 1,000.
Norwegian skier.
Speed
Norway.
skater.
Speed.
Danish.
But she's Danish.
At least your dad showed up. Dude, it's so funny. It's so funny. At least your dad showed up.
Terrible. Terrible.
That's terrible.
That's horrible.
That's terrible.
Yeah, Uda. I got to see her race 5 times.
I've only seen. I don't know what she looks like yet. I just keep hearing that she's a knockout. And Jake Paul's not as annoying as he used to be. Is that what I keep?
Well, because they don't let him talk.
Okay.
He just cries. He just cries.
You don't know what Uda looks like? Are you crazy?
Oh, you don't? Yeah, Uda, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys are married.
You ought to know.
I don't know what that means.
I don't look like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Women are objects.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, Paul's.
Yeah. Let me show you what I sent you.
Paul's a good man. He's behaving.
Doinks.
All right. I'm sending you a link. I'm sending you. And this is just a quick Uda link.
You're that Del Grosso. Like,
I can't find my. What? Come on over here. Oh, there's Rumble. It's in red, white, and blue now.
How about them Tar Heels, Big D? Just Tar Heels gonna make him run.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like Oakland. Oh boy.
Uda.
So that's. Look at him posing. Oh, she knew what she was doing.
Of course she knows what she's doing. Whatever. Who cares?
Uda.
Judah.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Delgado says, you bet.
She's a high athlete.
She's a brick house.
That's right. Maureen on X just said, don't forget about that jackass on USA talking against ICE. Yeah, he's right. He's allowed his own opinion. I hope he loses.
Oh, boy.
You hear Kathy Griffin will be playing at the Power.
Why?
26. She's going to do stand-up for her liberal sycophants.
Yeah.
Delgado, did you see the...
What do the scalpers say? Shows
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Monday. On a Monday, February 16th, 30 minutes past the hour. Delgado's got some headline news. Actually, I see he's got a story coming up here on a tweet that I put out, I guess it was the other day, about the former president of the United States, Barack Obama. Did it do with...
that leftist podcast.
Yeah, friend, that guy had in the studio before he was, I think, known in politics, Brian, whatever his name is there. He's pretty popular on the left now. He used to be in those movies that we used to see being done.
Oh, yeah, he did that pilot that I was on.
Yeah, now he's like a big political talking head. Pretty popular, too. Very huge, actually. He interviewed President Obama just recently, and President Obama made some news that I thought Rick Delgado might be interested in.
And, of course, I was.
Maybe I think Delgado has news on that right now. What's going on, Delgado?
You're talking about a gentleman named Brian Taylor Cohen. He has a podcast that the former commander-in-chief was on over the weekend on Saturday. Former Obama is now clarifying the comments that he on that podcast when asked, well, this is what he said. Here is cut number 6 from the podcast over the weekend. Here's what former President Obama said when asked this question about aliens. Cut number 6.
Play it.
Check this out.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in what is it?
Area 51.
Area 51. There's no underground facility, unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
What was the first question you wanted answered when you became president?
Where are the aliens?
Where are the aliens?
Yeah, that's a good question, by the way. What's the first question you wanted answered to you, President? I like that question.
They're down by the wall.
So I thought of you, Delgado, when I saw that. I said, oh, just another bad day to be Rick Delgado.
Not a bad day at all.
What do you mean?
Come on. What do you mean? What do I mean?
He said
he says they're real,
but I haven't seen.
But he hasn't seen them. That's called Damon. It's called plausible deniability. Haven't you seen Independence Day when they show up at Area 51 and he's surprised about everything that they have?
Wow.
And he said, "Why don't I know about this?" And his
talk about Martian law.
As Slick said, this segment's going to create it quick.
and his chief of staff said, it's called plausible deniability, Mr. President.
Yeah.
So they don't tell him anything.
Oh, of course.
Well, now Obama's clarifying the comments that he made. He said on yesterday that he saw no evidence of extraterrestrial contact during his presidency after joking about aliens. He wasn't joking. About aliens in a podcast appearance the day before that reignited online speculation. Like we mentioned, he talked about, saying that they are real, but he also said they're not being kept at the Nevada Air Force base known as Area 51. How does he know that if they're not? If he says they're real, but he says they're not being kept there, then where are they being kept?
The American First Warehouse.
Yeah, they could be here, though, guys. Let's look around.
You know what's very...
It's actually Joe the Box.
You know what's very real, though? Delgado sent us this skater, Yuta. She falls down. She rips the back of her...
Yes, I saw that. Isn't that terrible?
I've only seen it 18 times.
And suddenly I'm into the Olympics.
Yes.
Here's what I want to know.
Ratings are up.
Does Delgado think...
What?
We should ask... Let's ask the audience here.
Yeah.
Which one is Delgado going to discover first? Anything having to do with Epstein ever, or anything having to do with UFOs and aliens being real?
Well,
which one comes first?
Epstein has already been proven.
In what century will any one of them happen in?
Epstein has already been proven. We just haven't seen anybody get arrested for it yet. None of these girls raped themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had to do it, right? All these girls were trafficked. We heard it from Virginia Guthrie. I saw an interview with her where she talked about, and that's the thing. They don't name names, and that's the part that gets me. But she said that she was shared with multiple billionaires, friends of Jeffrey Epstein.
She mentioned Clinton a few times. She mentioned who'd she call somebody a trisexual? He'll try anything. She had.
Oh, I didn't see that.
She popped off about a few names.
It's seemingly that everybody who is a victim who's still around is not saying anything.
No.
Well, I think some of the reasons for that is that some of the women ended up at, it's like the Helsinki syndrome they call it. After they're abused and beaten on, they become like
enablers.
Enablers, and they also help bring in other kids after
They
that.
become recruiters.
And they become a recruiter because it prevents them from being abused as much. It's a really sick cycle.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then, of course, you go to the alien side, and Damon, we know this. Come on, stop. Look at all the evidence that's out there. There's so much evidence out there that nobody wants to talk about. We have the Navy with the Tic Tac video from 2006, 2004.
Yeah, Tic Tac, no.
That was the graduation hat that someone threw in the air. I remember that.
There is plenty of footage of objects in the skies
and coming out of the oceans.
And this is from Obama. He says there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are.
100%.
We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory. They did not have an easily explainable pattern. I think people still take seriously trying to investigate and figure out what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take me to your leader, a bourbon. A bourbon.
More Carling. Okay.
Yes.
What the hell is he talking about?
That's right, Joe.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're just saying.
The story is not over. And, of course, the story I ran last week. Trump is getting ready for a disclosure speech.
Oh, big, huge. I wonder if Obama's going to join him for that.
Marco Rubio is on record talking about disclosure.
Oh.
Okay.
So,
No, we all hold out hope with you, Delgado, that we'll get some clarity.
Do you really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes. There's some
Me
merit
and Slick
to this.
are your biggest cheerleaders.
We
on
are.
this.
There's
Sure
definitely
you
some
are.
merit to this.
Yes,
right,
on
good.
both. Epstein and something happening there, and UFOs and aliens. We're with you.
Of
Yes.
course.
We've extended timelines with you as much as you want to extend.
It's otherworldly, this experience.
Yeah.
Well, then why would Congress pass the Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena Act in 2023 if it wasn't
Nothing
real?
better to do.
Got to justify a paycheck.
It's not going to pass the SAVE
Can I
Act,
get a
so we
grant
might
for
as
that?
well
I
pass
get a
that.
grant for that.
Yeah. Why not?
Come on.
What?
No,
Just
no.
saying.
Do you have any other news, or are we
Yes,
just
I've
we're
got-
gonna
got other news.
flatline on the UFOs here?
Oh,
You're definitely created.
we could talk about fraud.
All right, let's talk about fraud.
Open source the books, they say. $90 billion in fraud is just 0.16% of the Medicare providers' fraud that they've discovered. Doge open sourced the largest Medicaid database fraud in history. Within hours, one analyst found $90 billion in likely fraud from just 0.16% of the providers. The open source ethos meets the government accountability, and this is something we should be talking about more. HHS Doge team did something the federal government has never done. They open sourced the largest Medicaid data set in department history, providing provider-level claims data from 2018 to 2024, organized by billing code, available for free download at opendata.hhs.gov. Within hours, the internet went to work. One data analyst scanning just 0.16% of the providers in the database found roughly $90 billion of likely fraud. New York State appears to be the worst offender. When you talk about some of the Medicaid fraud that we're talking about. For decades, fraud detection has been left to Inspector General reports and congressional hearings that move at glacier speed. Meanwhile, providers have exploited the complex billing codes, particularly high reimbursement categories such as autism spectrum disorder therapies, to extract millions in payments for services that were either never delivered or wildly exaggerated. As a matter of fact, Steve Hilton, who's running for governor in California, has also found a bunch of fraud in California, which is huge in the fraud They're even bigger than Minnesota. Here's some of the cannabis fraud that he found. Cut number 7. Steve Hilton, check this out. Cut 7.
The Democrats are taking hundreds of millions of dollars, 370 million we've tracked so far, from the cannabis tax that voters passed as an initiative, that the money that comes from taxes from cannabis sales is supposed to go for substance abuse help, instead is being siphoned off to Democrat political front organizations in hundreds of tiny grants that are hard to track for things like voter registration. Nothing to do with substance abuse. This is exactly what happens.
Yeah, so there it is. The implications of the broader fiscal picture are staggering. If $90 billion in likely fraud comes from just 0.16% of providers, what does the full picture look like? It's happening. It's a program that's happening and already consumes a major chunk of the federal budget in a fiscal environment where deficits are running at $1.8 trillion a year, and the national debt just cost $36 trillion. So major fraud that's still being uncovered. And, you know, if anything, and I know, Damon, you're like, well, it's only $90 billion when you compare. But that's the problem. When you sit there and you compare $90 billion to $36 trillion, well, that's not a fair assessment because, well, do you have $90 billion to just throw away? Would you throw $90 billion away? No.
No.
And that's the thing. $90 billion, and that's just from not even 1%. That adds up to a lot of money. And that's why over the course of maybe a decade, you'll end up with a few $1 trillion, and that's where all this fraud is going to. And nobody seems to really care about it, especially in the federal government, where, again, you know, they're spending other people's money on other people, so they don't care. Milton Friedman said it best. That's the most. That is the way money is wasted the most. Is when you take money from people and you spend it on other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sums it up. True.
All right. 41 past the hour. Live from Studio 6B. Did you cover your fraud in California?
Yeah, that was the Steve Hilton clip for the cannabis fraud.
So just quickly here before we wrap up, and we'll get to everybody in the last segment here. I saw this. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but I just thought this is thinking out of the box, as most Republicans do not. Leave it to Olivia Murray over at the American Thinker to come up with a great idea. I thought this was really a cool idea. She said Trump should use the emergency broadcast system to bypass the media and read out Congress's spending. And I just thought that was a great idea. What she says, you look at what the Democrats are doing. You look at the debt, hundreds of millions of dollars, just to your point, more than Joe Biden and the Democrat Congress handed to the unconstitutionally and failing agencies. The betrayal was deep. You start to get angry when you think about it because you don't care about a government shutdown. I'm not on any forms of welfare. She says, I have a job in the private sector like the majority of Americans. I want Trump to stop signing the spending bills. And she says, we're approaching $60 trillion in debt. Every dollar matters. She says, here's an idea. Trump needs to use the emergency alert system to bypass the media and all the self-made isolation chambers, directly reaching every single American, regardless of whether they want to hear him or not, and hold a fireside chat of sorts, reading out what Congress wants to spend our money on, which he cannot in good faith do. Using the emergency broadcast system is completely reasonable because the national debt is inarguably an emergency, not only for the U.S., but a world that relies on the dollar's stability. Trump needs a new platform. I refuse to spend any more of the American people's money, she says he should say. I refuse to sign a bill that gives $80 billion of your money to bureaucrats, failing schools, when they can't teach your children the basics and how to read. I refuse to spend your money on gym memberships for members of Congress. I refuse to take from you so Nancy Pelosi and John Thune can have a 5-figure raise, he says. And she goes on. And I thought, you know what?
I love that idea.
I like that idea, too. All right, live from Studio 6B, we'll wrap it up. Get to all the boys here when we get back on a Monday night.
I know, show always flies by.
New Mexico approves full investigation into the Epstein Zorro Ranch. Lawmakers unanimously
Look at what? Text me. I don't have anything.
A $2.5 million Truth Commission with subpoena power to investigate trafficking and sexual assault at the property. You see that the one email that he ordered? I think it was 330 gallons of sulfuric acid in drums. It's just crazy.
Rick Gary in the YouTube, he says Denver Airport has an underground tunnel system.
Yes, I know.
Could be something there.
Who has an underground tunnel system?
Denver Airport.
Oh, yes. You know, it's not even a tunnel system. They have like 60 to 80-foot ceilings, and they have the whole roof looks like blue sky and sunlight, and like they can grow trees and grass. It's crazy. They have an whole ecosystem.
There's a show they did about that, actually.
They're saying there's like 6 or 8 of those like hideaway civilization bunkers.
What's the show? I watched the show. It was actually pretty good.
They say that's where the 6 or 7 trillion that's been lost through the military over the last, 35.
Still don't have it.
Yep.
I got one from Harry. Give Laura a shout out. Awesome show tonight. All is right in the world when my live from Studio 6B show is on. I don't know what stream she's in though, but I'm going to give a shout out to Laura.
Okay.
Unless she's not watching in the break, and then I'll give her a shout out again. Okay, Harry. We'll give is that what you want, Harry? Laura? Fran?
It's called Paradise.
I don't know who you sent it to, Harry, but I didn't get it. But
I got it. Yeah, Laura.
The show is on, I think it's on Hulu. It's called Paradise. Underground bunker in Colorado that basically it has a false sky and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's really pretty sick what they have.
Great series.
It is, right?
Who said that?
Season 2's coming out next week.
Yep. Harry. Where's Laura from? What she in one of the chats or?
Network.
Oh, from the network.
Yeah, we met her in Ohio where the train wreck was, and her and Harley helped us out. Great person.
Okay.
Yeah, she just texted me.
Is she in the YouTube or?
I think she's only on the network. I'm not quite sure.
All right. I'll shout her out when I do sports.
All right, 13 to the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Monday at the America First Warehouse. We call the guys here and see what's left on their news radar tonight. Paul Nolan, I'll start with you.
So, this real quick. Rosie's back. She said she wanted to sneak into America to see if it was safe. That's a true story. That wackadoodle is back. So, if you're near a buffet, just watch your thumbs.
Wait, she's back? Where did she go?
I just saw her on a tour.
Well, she went to Ireland, right?
Yeah, she was in Ireland.
Ireland.
She moved there.
Yeah.
With I think she's got like a trans non-binary whatever.
But I don't think they accepted her as a citizen. They turned her down.
Oh, so she kind of
visa expired.
She ran her, so she didn't want to overstay her visa there, but she's fine with people doing it here.
Oh, the irony! You want to hear irony? How about this alert? The guy reviewing the Minnesota fraud. He's the guy who was busted keying Teslas for $20K worth of damage, and the lefty DA let him walk. So I have the clip of him. There it is. Look at this all-star. Look at this guy. He's making a difference in the world.
Kev, you had this story too, and Paul had it, so I only put it in once, but you had this story as well.
KDJ, take it away from here.
Folks, this is the guy looking into the Medicaid fraud that we were talking about. My job is to see if Somalis are stealing. Now, he hasn't found anything.
Maybe we're going to learn something here.
He hasn't found anything. I'm sure he hasn't found anything because some Soros judge let him go last year when he carved $20,000 worth of damage into someone else's Teslas. But now we see why he got away with it, because he's looking the other way. Everyone's doing their job here at Comedy Central, in Minnesota. This is what they were sent to do. You can't make it up.
It's unbelievable.
And look, he really thinks he's a soldier.
He's making a difference in the world. One slit at a time.
He
One quarter panel at a time, just keeping the local body shops in business.
He holds the key to all the answers.
What an all-star.
I can see his dad showing up at a hockey game, shooting him.
Oh, man.
He's a piece of garbage. He's a piece of garbage.
Man,
That's
man.
terrible.
All right, let's do some last-minute sports. Sports
All
brought
right.
to you by
All you
Mike
want.
Lindell,
We do that.
LFS6B's the promo code to use. Jeez. What's going on, Slickster?
Harry asked me to give Laura a shout-out. Harry met her through the network. So, Laura, this shout-out's from you by way of Harry. And we got the New York Post Big D. Eileen Gu fails to defend big air title in Olympics heartbreaker. This is Jared Schwartz. Yep, good old Eileen Gu. Wasn't able to defend her gold medal. She settled for silver in the Olympic women's free ski big air competition, with Megan Oldham taking home the gold. Gu, the American-born star who competes for China, recorded the score of 90 on her first run, which was tied for third highest behind Austria's Lara Wolf and Canada's Oldham. She did not cleanly grab the tail of her ski midair, nor neatly stick her landing on her second run, and got a score of 61.25, momentarily knocking her out of a medal spot. You picked up on that one, Paul. It meant defending her gold medal in the event came down to a third run. Each competitor got 3 runs, with the highest 2 scores getting combined for an overall total score. And on that third and final run, she recorded the score of 89, and combined with her first run an aggregate score of 179 to push her to second behind Oldham. So she did not win, Gu, and she was crying and complaining that she wasn't getting enough practice time on the on the hill as well. So there you go, Gu. This Gu's for you.
Get a GoFundMe for her.
That's just, it's really just too bad. Do we have video of her falling on her ass? No? Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, well, she failed, so she did not defend her gold. And that's a wrap in sports, Big D.
All right, very
More
good,
Olympics
Slick.
tomorrow night.
Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the promo code to use. Kevin Downey Jr., anything else on your news radar tonight?
Well, a little breaking news. The mass shooting, as you know, I don't know if we said this on air, but it turns out the guy who slaughtered his family was wearing a dress. And the surviving daughter said, well, he's had mental health problems for quite some time. And so yet another one. That's 2 in a row. When they say, oh, the Decepticons don't shoot a lot of people, they do, actually. They shoot way more than they should have in their population.
You know, there's a lot of breaking news. Out of 2 quick things, I won't dwell on them, but in New Mexico, they just created a legislation that there's subpoena power for what happened over at the Zorro Epstein Ranch. And in California, Nick Shirley at it again. The kid is just on fire. California is a breeding ground for voter fraud in America, with millions of people voting with no ID in the month-long election processes. It's over on my X feed, and I'm going to shamelessly plug it again because I got to catch Delgado. Paul _ Eggs Nolan, and I interact with people, and I follow back if you got a real profile. And you know, when I ask people to share their stories that I can put on the news here. So, Paul _ Eggs Nolan, let's get me over 5,000. Let's do that. So I'm an influencer.
All right. Yeah, good luck with that. 8 minutes to the hour. Let's do some last-minute news with Rick Delgado.
Changing the world, one tweet at a time.
I don't know where to go with that. I guess the breaking news the breaking news I have is Paul Nolan is an influencer. Are you an influenza or an influencer?
Yeah, you have influenza or you're an influencer?
I know I'm inflammation.
I forget about it.
Actually, I do have a breaking news that just kind of popped up on Breitbart. Thomas Pritzker, who served as the executive chairman of Hyatt Hotels, announced he's leaving his role due to his
fat boy brother
association with deceased convicted pedophile. Well, they say he's deceased. Convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
Wow.
So, again, Epstein taking down another one. Last week it was Kathleen Rumler, the big Obama attorney. Now it's Thomas Fat Boy Pritzker's brother. So you got that
Don't
one.
steal my
British
names.
dudes?
The 2 British dudes.
That's not even like the Prince Andrew guy.
They got the Norwegian guy last week as well.
Yep. Globalists are tumbling.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
And then, of course, I've got this story as Vladimir.
But there's, just to be clear, these all people are saying whatever they're doing, but there's no
arrest.
There's no proof. What have they done?
But no arrest.
Other than their name showing up, what have they done?
Well, it's the content
They're
of
like
the emails.
Oh, okay.
Where he was trying to, meet up with them. This is in 2018, 2019.
Oh, yeah.
They're joking about women. They're talking about trips.
Oh, so it's content of emails.
It's content of emails as well.
Didn't that Rumler chick call him Denny?
Uncle Jeffrey.
Uncle Jeffrey, there you go.
Yes,
Uncle Jeffrey.
Lots of stuff.
So you got that. But this one, as former... Where'd it go? Now I lost the story because I was jumping around like a lunatic. Zelensky ally arrested trying to flee Ukraine with massive corruption probe deepening. Ukrainian president's loss of control over his Operation Midas infuriates him, according to this story. I guess some of the corruption is being exposed in Ukraine, Damon. Ukraine's former energy minister detained Sunday after authorities removed him from a train at the border. He was almost able to get out of the country. Herman Hashalankonko's arrest, try to say that fast.
Whose arrest?
Herman Hashalanka arrest.
One more time.
You like that one, Joe?
Herman Halushalanko.
Sri Lanka.
Yeah. Good thing he's not located in Sri Lanka. You
Right.
say that after that.
Exactly.
Man, that was a takeout.
The source said following a request from the National Anti-Corruption Bureau, they marked an uptick in his corruption activity, and he tried to escape Ukraine, according to one of the sources. The border guards had a request to detain him, and they grabbed him before he could cross the border. He served as the country's energy minister for President Zelensky, but resigned just last November. So a lot of the corruption now, hopefully starting to make its way out. Operation Midas centers on the allegations of $100 million embezzled from within the state-owned nuclear energy company in Ukraine. So, yeah, I'm sure that money that they embezzled came from Ukraine. It didn't come from us sending it to them at all. So there you have that. And that's all I got there for you, David.
That's it, and that's that.
And that's that. And Paul's
all right, as always, we salute our military, active and active police, firefighters, first responders, EMTs, everybody on the front lines protecting us, all our truckers, all our farmers, everybody that keeps the country moving. Thanks, guys, on the show. Of course, special thanks to Joe the Fox. There he is. For having us here on a Monday night. The American First Warehouse. Aaron and Fran. Well, Aaron's not here. Fran and Harry, great job.
Well, Fran, great.
Fran, great. Come on. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night. Hopefully back in the studio, live from Studio 6B. We'll see you then.
That was fun. That was fun. I'm glad.
Allow your Christian faith to rise and to do something for God's chosen people. Now is the time.
This is the home of Galina. She's 96 years old.
This is what she had to eat for today.
She has one pot with water and wheat.
My father was killed by the Nazis, and I was an orphan. I didn't know about God. But now, in the cold, hungry nights, I pray for food to the God I've never known. There are good people that love you.
You see the tears. Scripture says joy can come in the morning, and you can be the reason.
Right now in Ukraine, elderly Jews are trapped in unbearable poverty. If you will bless these hurting children of Israel, you will receive God's blessing.